All right, so welcome to Color Me Happy. And this is basically a hangout on NMD friendly recreational hobbies and like de-stress activities, things like that. And so we've decided that tonight we are going to play a game. And basically we're going to play to win, obviously. And so Brooklyn, do you want to explain how the game works?
Yeah, so we are going to go in rounds, and everyone will pick a recreational activity that they enjoy doing and how they do it and what they like about it and what they don't like about it. And then at the end, everyone's going to vote for which one they like that isn't their own. And Brandon and Lauren are going to be on a team because they are a couple and we do not want them cheating.
And you cannot repeat. So
yes, you cannot repeat.
For instance, says reading, then you can't say reading. You have to come up with something different. Okay? So it's a battle of the mind. And if you're completely stuck, you can pass. So we will go around and we will ask for your idea, and we will make notes in the chat, and then everyone will announce what activity they would go for other than the one that they brought up. Are we good? Oh, and one more thing.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, how are we deciding the order of the game?
Alphabetical.
Alphabetical.
So that will mean, wait, we're doing first name alphabetical, right?
Yes, first name alphabetical.
Okay, so we'll be doing Alana first. And then
Brandon and Lauren.
Brandon.
Oh, wait, no. Wait, oh yeah, Brandon and Lauren. Right? Or do you want to go, wait, Brandon. Well, yeah, nobody really wants to go last, do they? Oh, no. Julie, you're screwed.
I'll go last. I don't mind.
Okay. Oh, no, my dog's barking. And then, okay, so it goes Brandon. So Alana, Brandon, Brooklyn, Carrie Ann, me, and then Julie.
Mm-hmm.
And we can discuss this. So, like, if there's a cost, then we will talk about the cost. If there's, like, a question about how it would work, we'll talk about that, all right? And so we have some time in our presentations. So, hey, Joey. Uh-oh, wait, let's do our alphabetical order really quick.
Joey will be first, right?
Joey, so it's still Julie, right? Julie's
still on.
All right, thank you for alphabetical order help. It's literally my worst thing ever. I don't know what it is. I have to say the alphabet the whole way through every single time. It's awful.
I do that too.
Okay, so Joey, we're playing a game. Are you ready?
Sure.
Sure. We're going in alphabetical order according to first name. Everyone is going to bring up a recreational hobby that they enjoy. They're going to explain why they enjoy it, and then we are voting we're going to vote on a recreational hobby that is not ours, and whoever gets the most votes wins the round. Okay. All right, and and Lauren and Brandon are on a team because they're a couple and we don't want them to cheat by voting for each other. Although it would negate, in a way, if they were separate, it would negate, like, anyway, we'll just
it would cancel out, right?
Yeah, we'll just have them do it. They're in private chat coming up with their strategy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let us begin. Alana, you very lucky woman. You get to go first.
All right, well, I'm prepared. One of my favorite hobbies is beadwork on a loom.
Wait. I cannot hear you.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I do beadwork.
Beadwork?
Yeah. On a loom.
Beadwork on a loom?
Yeah, and you can see it in the picture right in front of me. There's a loom. And there's all these very tiny little beads that I arrange on a thread, and then I weave it through other threads in a pattern, and then I run the needle backwards through it to lock them down. I used to do beadwork without a loom, but when I lost the use of my left hand, I began using a loom because it holds everything for me. All I need to use is one hand to pick up the beads and thread them on. So it really holds everything for me. The loom costs about $14, and the beads are probably $1 for 100 beads. And it goes a long way. And I buy silk thread that's much stronger than traditional thread.
What do you do with the beadwork when you're done with the beadwork?
So I make armbands, I make hat bands, I can make belts, I can make, it's only about 1.5 inches wide. I can connect them together to make a panel. I can add them to other projects like quilting projects. And because it's made out of silk and the beads are made out of grass, and I don't buy cheap plastic beads, I use good grass beads, they can withstand machine washing. So it's all pretty sturdy.
All right, Elena, to win points, how would someone theoretically, without any arm movement, be able to do beadwork on a loom?
If you had hand movement, you could still do it.
Okay.
But not without no hand movement. You would probably have to instruct someone what order they want to put the beads on the thread. And you would have to instruct someone through the process. It is a very tedious thing, but for people who really enjoy meticulous, tiny, little bitty things that take time. I know some people like to paint miniatures, and I like to do very fine drawing. So if you have that kind of temperament, you could probably even instruct someone what order to put the beads on the thread for you.
That's like micro bead managing.
It is. It really is.
Now, do you ever have a moment where you drop a lot of beads? Is it frustrating to you? Like, how does your fine motor skills like pick up each little bead?
I use the needle because my fingers can't do it. I can hold a beading needle, which is about the same diameter as a hair. It's like a really stiff hair. So it's super lightweight. I'm not able to thread it myself, so I have someone thread it for me. And with the needle, I can actually pop the bead onto the needle, put the needle upright so the bead falls down. And then I put the needle in my mouth and pull it onto the thread. So it's very painstaking. And yes, sometimes I drop beads, but what I do is I only keep a few at a time in a small tray right under the loom. So if I do drop them, it's not a disaster. I didn't drop 500. Maybe I only dropped 50. So, I plan for disaster.
All right. Does anyone have any questions for Alana?
Can you see the pattern at the bottom of the screen?
I can see it sort of, yeah.
It's a geometric shape with yellow, gray,
Cool.
and I just make it up as I go.
Well, that's cool. I like that. So, does anyone have any questions for Alana on her beadwork? Type it in the chat or feel free to ask. No questions?
Sounds super cool.
It's a little neurotic, and I own that.
It's a little. Oh yeah, it could be. Okay, and Carrie Ann, could you hear that okay?
Did I hear about your
Were you able to hear Alana's discussion?
On the beadwork?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
We have a Jasmine that just showed up, so she's going to have to enter the game. You can watch this round, Jasmine, or you can play this round. Do you want to play or watch? We're playing a game.
You might want to just have people who come in late to see what we're doing.
Yeah, she just said in the chat she'll watch. So we'll watch what we're doing and then you'll see how it goes. Okay, next up we have Brandon. Brandon, what would you like to present as your pastime? And Lauren, I'm sorry, I have to include Lauren too.
We didn't decide yet.
You didn't decide yet?
No.
Oh gosh, all right, well, does anybody have any more questions for Alana and her loom while they're deciding? Do you want us to skip over you guys while you decide?
Say that again.
Brandon, do you want us to skip over you while we'll come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you guys come back. All right. So Brooklyn, you're next.
Oh gosh. That's so hard to follow Alana's. Hers is so interesting.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
I'm like, reading, kind of.
Well, if you want to do reading, you can. To talk about that experience. Do you read on a Kindle?
Sometimes I read on a Kindle. I usually will buy hardcovers. Even though they're heavier, I find that the pages stay open. Like, you don't have to hold them as much. Whereas paperbacks always fold, always close on me when I'm trying to read it. So I'll usually just place it on my lap or at a table. And then when I'm in bed, I use my phone because I can't hold a book when I'm laying down.
Do you have a good book to recommend?
All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr is very good.
Okay.
It's big and it's intimidating, but it's very good.
Very good.
What makes it good, Brooklyn?
So I really like the way it's written. It's written very nicely, and it follows. So the plot is that it follows two younger kids in 1945 when the war was happening, and it follows a orphaned boy from Germany, and it follows a blind girl from Paris. And so it kind of just switches back and forth between the two as to what's going on, and then they kind of cross, sort of. It's really good.
And so, what was I going to say? I'm a huge reading fan. So what kind of atmosphere do you like to read in? Do you have do you have a discipline with it? Do you read at a certain time of day?
Yeah, I really like to read when it's raining. When I'm home, I'll read kind of near a window, which is strange. But I will usually cuddle in a blanket and read. So that's good. And then if not, I will read sometimes outside when it's sunny out. Depends on the book I'm reading, actually.
There's a really great site called Bookshare. And if you've heard of it, it's called bookshare.org. And I'll type that in the chat.
Yeah.
Bookshare.org has about 200,000 book titles. And you can get an account if you're a student for free. And all you need to do is get someone to sign off that you have a disability that prevents you from holding a book. And you can download audio files if you need to, or you can just have it read to you through the computer. You just hit read now and it'll just read it, or you can just read it over the computer. and you can change like the tint of the web page, and it's really great. You can change the size of the font. You can like change the color. And I love Bookshares. It has like a lot of titles, including textbooks. So if you're a student, it's really, you don't have to buy textbooks. And it's really fabulous. And there's a bunch of people on Living with MD that have Bookshare accounts that would probably be willing to let you borrow their account information so you could maybe break in if you had an issue. Like I know you're in Canada. So,
yeah, I don't know if we have that or not.
But I would happily help you out if you needed it, because I really believe in us being able to have the ability to read. And like TK the other day, he got in touch with me and he's like, hey, Emily, I need you to could you go on your Bookshare account and copy 2 chapters of this book I'm reading and then send me an email so I can keep reading it, because he didn't have internet, like he didn't have access to the internet through his phone, but he had, I don't know, you could do it through email or something. I have no idea. But I did it. I just logged in and I copied and pasted, and it's really good if you're taking notes for class. And I know, Lauren, you're going to college next fall, and so that would be a really good resource for you for note taking. So, and Alana, do you have any other suggestions for, you said all the online book resources. Do you have any other ones?
Well, my public library has tons of ebooks and audiobooks that I'm able to utilize for free, and it's becoming very popular, not just in other countries. Regular public libraries are available now. If you're willing to pay, the Audible books online, which are audio books, and it's a different experience, but generally I like it. Another resource is I have an attendant who I buy used books that I cannot find online, and I have or I can't find them anywhere because they're out of print or they're unusual, and I can't find them in accessible format. So I have my attendant chop off the binding and run the book through a scanner, and then I'm able to read it in a PDF file. So I especially do that when I go to yard sales or used bookstores, where you can find a $1.25 book, so you don't have to feel bad about cutting it up. Before scanners, I just used to tear up paperbacks so I could hold each individual page. I know, Brooklyn, it's painful, but when it's
I'm so ridiculous with books. Like, I cry when they don't come back in good condition.
I actually buy them super beat up at yard sales.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, but people are, when they're really falling apart. And my attendant who does the scanning for me, he often, if it's a nicer book, I can pay him extra, and he'll sew the book binding back together.
Oh, so let me ask you a question, Alana. What kind of scanner do you have? Because like the scanner I have at work is awesome, but it's like over $1,000. But it runs like multiple pages in, and it scans really quick, and it bulks it as a PDF. So I can see it working where I work. But we can do double-sided scanning. But like, how do you do? What kind of scanner do you use?
I don't know. I mean, he has his own. It's an HP scanner, and it does have high capacity, and it does both sides. So he found it on eBay. It was a used one. If anybody actually wanted the name and model number, I could get that from him. But
well, I think that possibly like having maybe a threader where we like throw out our scanner ideas or like places to get a good scanner. Because that's the difficulty with scanning for me, is finding one that can do that kind of a task.
Right. And it actually might be worth it just to take your already cut book and go down to the local copy mat and just ask them to scan it. Like, you might have to pay a little bit of money, but I think there are a lot of those good machines lying around. Or like you do it after hours at work and just scan the damn thing. I think the hardest part is cutting the book and having it be a good clean cut so that it feeds through the scanner pretty much. But I mean, he actually has offered to do it for free. So that if you mail him the book, he'll cut it up and scan it and mail you back a disc. You know, I mean, you won't usually give you back the book. The book is pretty trash.
There's also a dictation software that that's called Kurzweil, and it will read PDF scans, and it's pretty smart, and it will read it out loud to you if you have a hard time focusing on the print on the computer. So that's an option.
And my attendant does the conversion from a PDF to an OCR like Kurzweil. But it's not accurate. But if you need it read out loud to you, it's very handy.
Right. Jasmine said, I used to love reading paper books. My nurses used to have to bend the pages back till it wasn't so binded and I could easily turn the pages. Yeah. So once again, some of these activities might require assistance from personal care attendants, but I still think it was worth it. So does anyone else have any questions about Brooklyn's reading idea? Any more questions about reading? I just want to also say that people with neuromuscular disabilities tend to have really strong communication skills, and reading is a major activity in our group. We're a lot of us are bibliophiles, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree.
So anyway, if you ever need book recommendations, I am positive you will be able to find us. So, and you can tell how well people read in this group by their writing, because there's a lot of really grammatically correct, really well structured communication. So it's an obvious thing that we're big readers. So yay for reading. Okay, next up, we have Carrie Ann.
Oh, okay. Well, Alana's suggestion actually reminded me of another Loom activity, which is knitting. So this could, if it's too similar, it doesn't have to count, but I just wanted to mention it, that's how I knit is through Loom. And I have different shaped looms for scarves or other kind of little squares. And yarn is very light, so you just have to kind of weave the yarn through the loom. And I find it very relaxing and easy.
Is it faster than regular old knitting?
Is it easier?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Is it faster than knitting by hand? Is loom knitting faster?
I would say so, mainly because of I can't get the dexterity for regular knitting. It's definitely faster for me, and I think it's probably faster for really anyone, because you're just kind of weaving and then pulling string over. So but I'm not sure. I've never put them head to head.
Gotcha. And is there books that show you how to do it? Because I have no idea, even how to go about it. Do you have a book that you used or anything that you can suggest?
I actually watch YouTube videos. I'm very visual with that sort of thing. So I just Google loom knitting videos.
And how much does it cost to get the loom?
The loom, it varies where you buy them. They're a bit cheaper online than a craft store, but even at a craft store, it's anywhere from $9.99 to about $20 and the $20 usually includes several. So usually about 4.
Could you do me a favor and at some point post in the thread for this event the supplies that you got through Amazon, so we can see what you got?
Definitely.
All right, that's very cool. And Alana, would you do the same with your stuff?
I will try.
All right. And one more thing, Brooklyn, would you post the link to the book that you're reading? Okay. All right. Well, who's next? Is it me? I think it's me, right?
Let me get my list here. Yes.
All right. Well, before
But Brandon
I go,
also said that he can go.
yes, that's what I was about to say. I'm going to relinquish my turn and put myself at a disadvantage so Brandon can come in and do it. So Brandon, take it away.
All right, well, we're going to kind of do mine first.
All right. Well, no, I think did you guys pick one together or do you have separate ones?
Yeah, we take one together for this round.
Okay. What are you doing?
This is my hobby, since I'm interested in it. I got model tractors.
Wait, I'm sorry. You something model tractors, you said?
Yeah, I collect them.
You draw them?
I collect them.
Oh, collect them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
You collect them. Okay. You collect model tractors.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about this, how this works.
It's kind of hard to tell you, but I'll try to think. I mainly just collect the ones I like. I mainly collect the ones I like.
Okay. Do you go through magazines to do this, or do you go to stores, or like where do you get model tractors?
They have shows, they have stores.
Okay. Cool.
Online.
Very cool. All right. Come.
I might be able to show you a picture right now.
How much do they cost?
Anywhere from like $5 to $100.
And what's your most expensive tractor?
I have one that's worth probably $2,000.
Really? Wow. Very interesting.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that is very impressive. So it must be a serious collection. How many tractors do you have?
I got 100, really, 800 maybe.
Wow, that's crazy. So collecting, basically, that would be your suggestion, right?
Yeah,
Not necessarily.
I'm gonna try to share my screen.
Okay. You can share your screen. Go for it.
This is timeline collection. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Holy.
That is a lot of tractors, Brandon. Where's the $2,000 one?
I don't have a picture of it right here.
Wait, are you pointing to it with your mouse?
It's in my house, yeah. I just don't have a picture right now.
Oh, okay. That is amazing. And so how long have you been collecting for?
Since I was about 10.
So is this time consuming? I mean, does this eat up your free time?
Yeah, sometimes.
When you, like, I mean, I think I may not collect tractors, but collecting in general, I think is kind of a fun hobby. So I think does anyone else here collect anything?
Yeah, I collect tea, actually.
You collect tea?
The boxes of tea.
Like tins? Tins?
Like, I have all the labels of all the teas I've had, and I have it on, like, a board.
Really?
So it's, like, covering a big board. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
And it works because you drink it anyway.
Awesome.
So.
I like that. I've been trying to think of what to collect. That's a cool idea. All right. So, does anyone else collect it?
I might copy that.
It's fun. I have, like, a tea wall. It's great.
That is really neat. So, Brandon,
I used to,
Go
oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
would you mind stopping your screen just so we can
Can I show you something else? Can I show you another picture?
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Can I show you another picture?
Yeah, sure. He's going to show us another picture. Sorry.
I made a layout in a show, and I want a trophy. And then you can see that I made a whole model farm.
I'm having a hard time understanding what you're saying.
I made a model farm.
Oh, you made a model something?
Yeah, of a farm. I made a model farm.
Oh, you made a model farm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, I think, honestly, that might be different from collecting. So you might want to save that for your next round.
All right.
But if we don't do so, we can go back and you can post a picture of your model farm.
All right.
Does anyone else collect anything? I know that somebody else is about to say something about something they collect.
Oh yeah, that was me. I used to collect Hello Kitty items.
You used to collect what? I'm sorry.
Hello Kitty?
Hello Kitty. Yes.
Yeah.
Good old Hello Kitty. So let me ask you, how much Hello Kitty stuff do you have?
I have way too much, but I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll grow up now because my room was pink. I used to have a bright pink room with Hello Kitty everywhere, and it was like a child's room. And so now it's all stored under my desk, but I have so much of it, and it was like a lot of it was stationery. Because I used to love writing letters and stuff.
Cool.
And now yeah.
Cool. Well, that's cool. And Jasmine says she collects jewelry, makeup, nail polish, and stuffed animals. That's a lot of collection. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else collect anything? I don't collect crap. I wish I did, but I don't collect anything. I kind of wish I collected something.
It doesn't appeal to me. I feel like I spend so much time trying to avoid having a lot of stuff. Probably the closest thing to collecting for me would be either different ethnic cookbooks or books on disability, but it's not really a proper collection.
Trying to think of what I collect. I collect clothes. I collect a lot of clothes. But I don't know if it's like saving forever collection. It's actually just stopping as a problem. So
I also collect giraffe things.
Giraffes?
Yeah, all things giraffe.
Okay. All right, that's good to know. If I ever have to get you a gift or like a secret Santa. Lauren, do you collect anything? You can type it in the chat if you want. Joey, do you collect anything?
I used to collect shot glasses,
Oh, okay.
but I don't have them right now.
Oh, really? Do you
Yeah,
collect them from like different states or like?
I tried to.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I used to collect like Austrian crystal figures when I was like a little kid, but I haven't done it in years. All right. I'm going to now take my turn, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
I am a competitive person. I intend to win. Yeah. I am a fan of, and I'll admit, I don't do it as often as I should, but I really like this website called Duolingo. And it's a website / app for your phone. Have any of you guys heard of it? Duolingo?
No.
And
Yeah, I love it.
it's yes. Haha, I stole your idea, Julie. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what you're going to say. But no, Duolingo is a language learning app for your phone. And it can also be done on the computer. And it has a million different languages to choose from. It's got everything. And it's free. And it builds your skills by playing like a game with you. and you get it makes you dedicate like about, I think 15 to 20 minutes every day on going through a lesson, and it's really fun, and it builds the language for you. And as you go along, it gets progressively harder, and it can get to a point where you're translating business documents or things for other companies, and so a company will pay Duolingo to have their stuff translated by a person going through the program. So at first it just starts you off with like, the boy likes an apple, or this is a boy, this is a girl, like really basic stuff. But by the end of it, you are like you could be literally fluent. You could get to that point. And they have I was teaching myself Dutch. They have French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, German. It's got like a whole list of languages, and it is so much fun, and it makes like learning a language a lot of fun. And I liked it better than, I took a Spanish class at the community college, and I had no fun. It was way too much work. And this one really builds language naturally. And for people that have attendants that they need to work with that may be speaking other languages, this is a really great app to help with that. I need to do my Spanish more. I'm kind of lazy, and I'm not, but it's not a high demand thing. They just want you to do it about 15 minutes a day. But it's a really good way to learn a new language.
How much is it? Is it free?
It's free. Because eventually if you get to the advanced stages, you're going to be translating documents for them. You're doing their work.
Uh-huh.
So that's why they get paid from companies to get their stuff translated by you, the student.
Wow.
So it's kind of a brilliant app.
Very smart.
Yes. So, and you can Oh, sorry, what?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I love that you can use it like in bed or wherever, on your phone or something like that.
It's pretty freaking awesome. It's pretty freaking awesome. And so, TK, we're playing a game. Do you want to join or do you want to watch?
I will watch for now.
All right. Well, we will tell you the objective of the game as we go along. So we're each going through and we're each sharing a recreational activity that we have, and we can't repeat the activity that's already been said. So, oh no, Alana's leaving. Wait, what did you want? But
Love you right now.
Huh?
Take care, you guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, if you win, we'll let you know.
All right, fair enough.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye.
So, bye. Well, that was cool. Well, all right. So does anyone have any questions about my app, Duolingo, that I just talked about?
I just downloaded it. I'm so excited.
It is so great. I'm not kidding. It's a little owl, and he's very nice to you. And it's so easy, and it's really addictive, and it's weird because you really do start to learn the structure of the language. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Okay. So, all right, that was mine.
So I was late because I was skydiving.
Right, TK.
And I had to fold up my parachute and put that away. So that was what got me distracted.
Gotcha.
So
All right.
I apologize.
Yeah, no problem. So we're going in alphabetical order according to first name. So if you do get the hang of this very complicated game, you can join in at the end. So, all right, next up. Who's next?
Jasmine said she wanted to come in the next round, so Joey.
All right, Joey, your turn to come up with a wonderful recreational activity.
I like to create artwork in my spare time. I use Photoshop.
Okay. Do you have any examples that you would like to share?
Yeah, I can post a website the group chat. Should be able to, yeah. It has most of my artwork on it.
Oh, okay. So Deviant Art. Whoa,
Yeah, it's like a
whoa.
social network for artists, I guess.
Oh, I see. So it's a social network for art. Oh, that's cool. Joey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So where's all your art? Is it under?
It should be.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Hey, I see a farm. I bet Brandon would be into that.
Yeah, I used to understand.
That's cool. Here, do you mind if I share the screen?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna show it. So we have.
Oh, wow.
These are really great. So we're doing a little art show right now. That's awesome.
Yeah, I
Now,
just
how did
finished the one right there.
you just did this one?
Yeah, I just finished that one.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. How did you do it?
I drew the leaves in Photoshop and just I did everything like that and made them all different sizes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh wait, why did I lose the? How do I get to the next one?
I'm not sure. I think you just have to click on them on the right side.
Yeah.
Oh, I see next. All right.
Wow.
So you did this one last year, right?
Yeah.
I like it. It's kind of cool. It's neat.
That's neat.
Yeah. There's a guy that I found that sells like different brushes for Photoshop, different watercolor and stuff. So that's where I bought. That's how I was able to do that.
How long do you spend? How long do you spend on these?
This one probably took me a week. On and off.
And these are just like original ideas most of the time. You just like.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of look at the images on barns and stuff to get an idea, but yeah, it's basically.
Carrie, I know you can't see this, right?
No, I can't.
So we're looking at a picture of. Well, what did you title this one, Joey?
I think it was just farm.
Farm.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not
like
creative with titles.
well, a lot of artists aren't. They're very simple, and it's basically there's a barn in the corner, and then there's like a field, like a brown field, and then a fence, and the perspective on it is really neat. And then he's got some grass.
Wow.
So there's that one,
Oh, wow.
and then this one. Okay, this is kind of this is
Yeah,
like
I've done some photography too, so.
Yeah, you got some photography. Did you take this photo?
No, but I edited it.
Cool. And then that's a butterfly.
It's design. It's on the
Sorry?
computer.
Yeah.
It's like graphic design, like on the computer,
Yeah, it's basically just different
using
types
computer
of stuff.
programs.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, wow.
Photoshop.
Very
Do you
cool.
have or if for somebody that may not use Photoshop or have Photoshop, like what would you recommend that they do to get Photoshop and learn it?
I know for a student, Adobe offers Photoshop for I think $10 a month.
It might be 20
Yeah,
actually.
Anyways, I paid 20 as a student for the whole for all the programs. Get individual apps for like $10 a month now.
And they also have these really great Photoshop books called Classroom in a Book by Adobe with lessons on how to learn Photoshop. And I took a class last year, and we had to follow the lessons. And they have a YouTube. There's a YouTube lady, a professor her name is like Lisa Thompson or something, and she breaks down the lessons in the Adobe Classroom in a Book. and she'll like go through it like a teacher and explain to you all the different things. And Photoshop, like Joey was saying, it's online now. So you don't necessarily have to buy like a CD to install. You can actually just like download it from the internet and have it built into like the internet. So it's pretty cool.
There's a Lynda.com or something like that I used to use. It has a lot of tutorials for Photoshop and different stuff like that.
Very cool. Well, I think that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Joey. Does anyone have any questions for Joey regarding his stuff?
Do you use Illustrator?
I have. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I have used it.
I use that sometimes.
I don't like it, but I haven't really had a chance to mess with it that much.
I went to school for it, so.
Well, it's good. Maybe that we can start some kind of maybe like a side group of graphic design people that are good at this kind of stuff, and then you guys can work with each other and support each other and that kind of a thing.
Give tips and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that.
All right. And then Julie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Okay, so I really like writing letters, and I did stop for a while, but I just find it really therapeutic, and I love receiving mail, and I used to have a lot of pen pals. At one stage, I had like 12 pen pals, and we always like bonded over Hello Kitty, but it would be cool like if other people like wanted to, have a pen pal through living with MD, practice cool writing. Like I want to always have use of my hand, so as much writing as I can do. So letters really help with that. Otherwise, it's pretty therapeutic to just let whatever you want to say out on a letter and then like send it to someone, because I don't know, I feel like it's getting a present when you receive a letter.
That's awesome.
That is so cool.
I agree. I really like Secret Santa generally, but I almost think we should do it on a grander scale where we have like a year-long Secret Santa or something, where we do some kind of, maybe we can come up with a secret pen pal thing or something.
Oh my god, that would be so much fun.
And then
I love
they communicate with each other and send like presents and stuff, but they don't find out for like a whole year. That would be a fun time.
Yeah.
Maybe they find out at Christmas.
Yeah, they find out at Christmas. That would be awesome. Cool.
I love it.
I love it too. That's pretty great. Would you do it, TK? Would you be a secret pen pal with someone?
I want to say yes, but I'm going to be honest, I'm so busy, it would be unfair to my pen pal person on the other side. I'd be afraid that I'd get stuff and then they wouldn't. So I'm going to say no for now. But
well, you might have to have a mastermind organize the list and put like-minded people together. So that way you wouldn't end up like getting like a bunch of weird crap. I always end up with the crappiest secret pals. Like it's always the worst. Like I always end up with a really crappy secret pal. Like I don't know what it is. I have some bad luck, but maybe we could organize it in a way where we wouldn't have that bad of luck.
I thought I had you last year.
Did I ever do it? I think I'm afraid of it.
I'm joking.
I know, but it would, yeah, I know. I shouldn't say it loud. I shouldn't say that, but I got a good, I think I did do Secret Pal one year, and I did get like a gift card. And that was very nice because it's better than nothing. Like, I've gotten nothing from Secret Pals before. It's so,
oh my god.
I know.
That's not how it works.
So writing letters, getting like mail surprises. So that's kind of fun. I like that idea. I really do. Does anyone have any questions for Julie about her secret or her recreational hobby?
No, but I'll totally be your pen pal.
Oh my gosh, you should do it.
I've been looking for one for so long.
That's cool. I'm afraid to send international mail, but I will learn. I will learn.
Why are you afraid to send international mail?
I don't know how it works.
You buy an international stamp, and you put it in the box. It's very complicated.
Really? There's an international stamp?
Yes.
And like, aren't your addresses all weird? There's like all these extra numbers and codes and stuff.
They also talk funny in Australia.
Oh yeah, well, I got that. But so Jasmine says she loves getting surprises, so I bet she's down for this. I bet you anything she'd be down for this. So this is cool. We could also, here's another idea. I love ideas. So here's another idea. We could do an assignment per like every couple weeks where we do like Secret Pal like assignments. So in this Secret Pal week, we would do something like you have to send the Secret Pal candy. And then we could do like another like assignment where you have to send them something you own, like that's used, and then
Big twist.
I know, like you could do something like that and try to figure out all the clues as the
cool.
See, that would be awesome, dudes. We're on it.
I love it.
That was good. All right, cool. All right, so who's next? TK,
if you would like.
TK, do you have a recreational hobby? Wait, and we have to tell you what has been talked about. We have, and I believe you came in at Duolingo, right? So Alana talked about doing bead work on a loom. Brooklyn talked about reading, like different adaptive reading ideas. Were you here for Brandon and Lauren? Lauren and Brandon are kind of on the same team because they're a couple and I don't want them voting for each other. And then, so Brandon talked about collecting stuff, and Carrie Ann talked about knitting, and I talked about my Duolingo language learning app. So you have to think of something that hasn't been talked about.
Okay, well, I was making a giant pot of vegetable bean soup in the kitchen. So I think that will serve me in one of my hobbies is thinking about surviving the apocalypse with a neuromuscular disability. And I think that, being able to cook, so this is a combined hobby of cooking / thinking about the apocalypse. So I research.
I love it.
I research all sorts of things related to it, like, solar energy, and I'm trying to come up with different ways of, like, pickling and things like that. So I figure knowledge is power, and if I know more than the other guys, I have a better chance at surviving. So my obsession with dystopian post-apocalyptic thoughts is my hobby. One of my many hobbies.
Good luck spelling apocalypse, Brooklyn. I'm giving it to you. All right, anyway, she types in the chat what they are, and I tried to do it, but I can't spell it.
I'm getting there. I just want to make sure I have everyone's.
I guess figuring out how to get out of an apocalypse is spelling it first. I think that's
gosh, I didn't even think of that.
That's the first step in surviving an apocalypse is learning how to spell apocalypse. TK, do you want to help us with the spelling of apocalypse?
I would say I was very successful in my hobby.
So, I mean,
the thing is, when you rely on voice recognition software, you completely don't know how to spell because it spells it correctly, assuming that it recognizes.
That's true. You're a lucky man.
If it recognizes it.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, usually it does recognize apocalypse.
So and cooking, so cooking is tied into that then? Do you like to cook, TK?
Yeah, I found it very kind of relaxing and creative. So, in a way, it's really a separate hobby. But yeah, I do like to cook.
Very cool. Hi, Hannah. I hope she can hear us. Does anyone have any questions for?
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. What liquid, like, what's the liquid made of when you pickle stuff?
Well, if you're using a non-salt, you just make like a brine, so it's water and some salt, and there's like a chemical reaction, and it just the probiotics that are the lactobacillus bacteria that's on every vegetable just sort of ferments away in the container.
What about vinegar? Do you guys use vinegar for pickling?
You could, but I don't know how to do that.
I don't know if I'd want to.
I think Carrie might know about that.
If you don't put vinegar in pickles, then I don't want to survive the apocalypse with you.
Yeah, I was like, water and salt.
Yeah, no way, man.
No, it's great. No, because the when it ferments, it gets like this funky taste, and it's really good. I made kimchi. I made pickles.
The worst. It smells like garbage.
Kimchi is great. I like making kimchi and then like sautéing it after you cook it and mix it with other vegetables and then put like the really thin ramen noodles or something like that. Kimchi with tofu and ramen noodles is great.
All right. Well, I'm not sure if you're gonna get my vote, TK. I'm sorry. I have to say that right.
Okay, well you'll starve and I'll survive. Thank you very much.
All right. So, and so Jasmine, now that you know how this works, do you have a hobby or recreational activity you'd like to throw in so we can, because I mean, and Lauren, if you don't want to talk about tractors, if you want to talk about something separate, feel free to type in the chat what you would like, but Brandon can't vote for you. So, Jasmine, do you have any ideas? Oh, Jasmine says she likes making slideshows. Very interesting. That's a new one. So what kind of slideshows? Like PowerPoint slideshows or like picture slideshows with like captions or? This is fascinating. I haven't thought about that as being a fun hobby. I'll let her write. Let's see. Trying to think. Does anyone else have anything to add to our lovely, picture slideshows and music? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like that idea. And Lauren, do you have anything that you want to add of a hobby that you like to do? All right, just a second. So, does anyone have any questions before we vote on the hobby that works, the winner of the one other thing out of all of these things mentioned that we will do once it's over? I'm going to think about this.
I didn't know we were having really a competition.
Yes, it's a competition. We're playing a game.
Emily's very competitive.
I would have come up with something more life-affirming than surviving the apocalypse.
Oh, I see. You're trying to be snarky. That's what happens. Okay, so Lauren, all right, so she usually writes fantasy, so she's a writer. She likes to write. That's a wonderful hobby. I am a big fan of writing. Do you write novels or do you write just like short stories? Short stories? You know, I want to recommend, Lauren, there is a national novel writing month Are you guys familiar with this?
I have heard about that.
National
I'm very intrigued.
Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, NaNoWriMo.org. And Blake Watson, who's in our group, he competes in NaNoWriMo every single year. And it's the month of November. And your job is to write, let's see, I'm going to read a bit how it works. You have to write a 50,000 word rough draft in 30 days. And they have events all over town. So like at the public library, and people bring their laptops and they just sit and they have like coffee and donuts or whatever. And like everybody just sits there and like writes. And I did it. I participated. I wrote like 3,000 words and gave up, but I tried. And like, it's really fun, is it forces you to spit out a novel. And there's a lot of support, and there's calendar events all over, and it's like a huge deal in these states.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is so much fun. NaNoWriMo.org. It's really, really fun. And writing is a wonderful hobby. I also want to recommend what I recommended today in the thread is 750 words. 750words.com. It's $5 a month, but they encourage you to write 750 words a day. And it's an online journal. And yes, you can type 750 words in the Word. But in this one, you make a commitment that you're going to write for a month. And if you don't do 750 words at least every single day, then you end up on the wall of shame at the end of the month. You put your name on the wall of shame.
No.
And it's a really good writing resource. So that is one thing I recommend. I'm sorry, I don't mean to take over your post, Laura. If you have any websites or anything you use to help you with your writing, please post it in the chat so that way we can have it. I also have a bunch of like games, like card games that stimulate writing ideas. Like there's like sentence starter, writing kits and things like that will kind of get you to think of ideas for writing. I'm a big fan of writing creatively. And
for me, I took extra writing classes in college and even in law school. You would think that by the time you get to law school, you'd be a good writer by that point. No way. Most of the law students are absolute imbeciles. They can't write at all. So I took this advanced rights class, writing for lawyers, and it was one of the most valuable classes in law school. And one of the professors, we had two, and one of the professors basically said that most of the bad writing relates to people just not really having their ideas together. So I find that it's not so much that you need to figure out what you're trying to say and get your head clear before you write. I find that if I know what I want to say, I can pound out like 750 words in half an hour or an hour if I know what I want to say. But if I don't know what I'm trying to say, that same goal of 750 could take days. So that's what I found was, I would agree with your interest in writing. It's very, very, when you get in the zone and your words and your ideas are just flowing and bouncing at the same time, it's like I said, about being in the zone. You're just on a different plane. It's all just coming out perfectly.
It's a form of meditation.
Yeah, it is.
And one thing I did with 750 words is you can set the fonts and you can set like all these little things to make it feel good. And it's password protected, so no one else can see what you're writing. And it would be like stream of consciousness, and there's a timer. Well, they time you as you go. You only have the day to get to 750. And I will tell you that I would just do stream of consciousness, like whatever was in my mind. And I couldn't afford to see my therapist because my co-pays were going up. And so I needed to like vent. And so that's where I vented. It was really good therapy for me. And it was funny because like it was fun to look back and see the progress as the month went. And I only did it for, I think I did it for 2 months. And I didn't want to get on the wall of shame. Like I just was like, I don't know why, but that made me feel horrible about myself. So
Yeah.
I wanted to be on the hero wall. They have like some like happy wall that you can be on. And you pay $5. So it's like, it kind of motivates you to be paid for it. And so I would just write whatever I could come up with. And I will tell you, in graduate school, I had to do discussion posts. And my discussion posts were so easy to do because my fluency improved. And I was able to get out, like, I was able to write papers so much faster because I was like forcing myself to write every day. And 750 words is like basically two and a half pages. And if you can do 2.5 pages a day, like you can do a 20-page paper in no time. So like it was huh?
Good training.
It's amazing.
Good training.
It's amazing training. So I highly recommend 750 words. And Emily, oh yeah, and the sentence starter kit. I will go find my sentence starter kit and I'll send a link to you guys with that sentence starter kit on Amazon if you want to like try and see if it'll help you. But there's a lot of really good creative writing resources out there. So like I said, we could have a writing group and that would be amazing as well. Like a book club, a writing group, a secret pal group. I mean, we could a graphic design and art group. Like, I mean, you could even do a Loom group. Like, there's just so many ideas.
Do we have an apocalyptic group?
Yes, we could have a Surviving the Apocalypse group.
Okay, there you go.
So I think
Day
that's awesome. I'm like, so now that we've gone through, we have set our ideas. We all need to choose another person's idea, and we cannot vote for our own idea. Even though our own idea is the best idea, we cannot vote for our own idea. We have to pick one other person that we would vote for. We will find out the winner tonight. So let us begin. Alana, she forfeited her game, but so we will go to the next person. Brandon, who do you vote for?
Let's start.
The what?
I think Brooklyn.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, say that again?
I think Brooklyn lady.
The Brooklyn lady.
The Brooklyn lady.
Brooklyn. Okay. So Brooklyn has 1 point.
Well, there you go.
So reading, he liked her ideas on reading. He liked the idea for reading. Okay, Brooklyn has a point. Okay. And now, Brooklyn, who do you vote for? You've had a lot of ideas thrown at you. Who is your vote going to tonight?
I think it is going to Carrie Ann.
Carrie Ann? Oh, girl's going to get her knit on.
I really want to start knitting, and that was just like the little incentive.
Wait a second. Can we keep up here? And cause I think that knitting can be a very valuable skill in, surviving the apocalypse. So I'm wondering what I'm making a proffer to my fellow lawyer friend in Colorado, whether you'd like to join the apocalyptic craft.
Okay, TK, we're voting here, all right? We're voting.
I'm enhancing the rules of the game.
Well, we're voting for one other person's idea other than ourselves, which I know is going to be hard for you. Because it's hard for you to think of, giving credit to someone other than yourself.
I can give lots of credit. I have my lines up.
All right. Carrie Ann, who is your vote for tonight, this evening?
It definitely has to go for you, for Duolingo, because I downloaded it as you were talking about it.
Woo! All right. Well, this is going to get close. Okay. All right. I got to download. Hey. All right. Okay. So next up. So wait. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, J, L. Okay. We'll do Lauren and then, all right. I'm just doing I have to go through my alphabet again. It's terrible. All right. So Jasmine. Who are you voting for? Jasmine is going to vote for her idea, or the idea that, not her idea, another person's idea.
Joey.
Oh, Jasmine went for Joey. She chose Joey. This is a close competition. Okay, so Joey and his Photoshop art is something that she's interested in pursuing. So Joey's the guy to go to for your ideas, Jasmine. Okay. All right. Now,
Joey's next too.
Joey, who are you voting for?
TK.
Oh,
Let's take.
thank you so much, Joey. Good job, Joey. Thank you.
I don't know. I think there was collusion. All right.
No, not at all.
Oh, I forgot to vote. I mean, you missed me.
Yeah, Emily.
All right. Oh my God, this is so hard. Oh, shit.
Just keep thinking about those zombies.
I think I would like to do. I'm going to vote for Julie. I really like the pen pal stuff. So, Julie. So I'm going to go with the pen pal. Although knitting is a close second because it is something I'm curious about. All right. And so now we're going to go for, who else is here? Julie. Next up. Who are you voting for?
I vote Carrie Ann.
Carrie Ann. So Carrie Ann has two.
Taking the lead.
All right, so she's got two. All right. Carrie Ann with her loom. Nice. Okay. All right, Lauren. It's up to you. Who are you voting for? You cannot vote for your boyfriend.
Joey.
Joey.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, there she said. So Joey now has 2 votes.
Carrie has 2 votes.
It's going to be a tie. It's going to be a tie. All right. All right. TK?
Well, when I was a kid, I spent a lot of time drawing, and I couldn't use crayons, but I could use markers, and I could amuse myself for like days with, paper and pen. And so I think Joey is on something that I would find interesting as well. I can't use my hands anymore, but to be able to do it on the computer, I think that's a cool thing. So I'm going to vote for Joey.
Joey wins.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
With 3 votes. That was a shocker. That was a shocker. Very interesting. Well, that was interesting. So I hope that it's almost 9, so we could stay on and talk about some more ideas if you'd like. But I would like to just say I'm really happy that you guys joined us tonight, and I think it was kind of cool. I think I picked up some good ideas. Does anyone else have any other last minute? This won't be part of the competition, but it could be bonus points. Does anyone else have any other ideas or things that they'd like to recommend or suggest that would be good recreational activities? I have one more. So there is a coloring book that we've been talking a lot about in Living with MD. The one I have is called, what's it called here? And I'm thinking that Joey might be able to see if this would work, because maybe we could be done over the computer, which would be really neat. But it's called The Secret Garden by Joanna Joanna Bradford or something like that. Do you have this? Yeah, do you have this? Oh, Bassford. Johanna Bassford. Do you have this, Julie?
I have a different book, Animal Kingdom.
Okay. So this is a page of work that I've been doing lately. And I've been coloring. It's a very intricate, very detailed designed book. I've been buying this as gifts for people. I'm obsessed with it. And I've been I'm showing off pages, but there's just a lot here. There's very, very intricate patterns. But I'm wondering if, Joey, do you think we could theoretically scan these pages in and then put them in Photoshop and then color over the internet?
Yeah, I think that would be the easiest way to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be fabulous. I never thought about it like that before. But you could theoretically do one, right?
Yeah.
That would be really cool. So because I was
Even too.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Carrie?
You could, even if you don't have Photoshop, you can even just do that in Paint or a free editor online.
Yeah, oh, that's true. If you guys have any links, please send them my way. I might want to try a page that way to see how it works. But that might be a fun thing to do if you're not much of an artist, but you want to be able to use color and play and get your art on. So I think that would be a lot of fun. So yeah. Does anybody else have any other ideas for recreational stuff?
I'm a big fan of using the bicycle trails. So many of them are paved with a perfect asphalt surface. And so, I can't go hiking per se through the woods, but here in the northeast part of the country, they use the old abandoned railroad beds, and they make these perfectly flat trails that go right through forests and so forth, and it's a lot of fun.
Would be fun.
Cool. Brandon, you posted a link to coloramabooks.com. Is this a way to color on the computer?
No, it's just not a coloring book.
It's just, let me see what happens when I open it. Oh, that's cool. It's got tons of coloring books. That's cool, thank you. You can also get a coloring book on Amazon or at Barnes & Noble. Those are really good. Hey, it was great chatting with you, Julie. Thanks for coming tonight.
Bye, Julie.
Bye, Julie.
We should have to figure out this pen
Have a good night.
okay?
Yeah, for sure. All right, see you later.
All right, good night.
I actually have to head out too.
We probably should close it up, but I just want to say thank you to all of you for the participation and the great ideas, and for sharing your work and your collection. And it was really good. I hope you all learned something.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. So I really appreciate it, and thanks for coming.
Good, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.